in the first part of your speaking test, I would like to ask you some questions which are related to you and your home country. So, how often do you read?
I read books and even magazines also on daily basis because in my schedule I just fix time in my daily routine. So in order to read different books, that is approximately 20 to 30 minutes in daily basis to read different books.
Do you have many books at home?
Yes, I have many books at my home because I have a different furniture in order to keep my books in an organized way. So I could say that both my husband and me love to read different books. So that is the reason I have a good collection of books.
Do Indian people do enough reading?
Yes, Indian people also do enough reading because they love to read different books according to their interest. So I could say that Indian people also love to read different books.
What kind of people like reading and what kind of people do not like reading?
According to me, the people who just want to imagine something in their mind while reading any book love to read books, and the people who just want to learn something while reading books love to read different books. But on the other hand, there are some people who find different books very boring because they do not have any kind of interest in reading. That is the reason they consider that reading books is a wastage of time. So such kind of people do not like reading books.
So, what type of books children read nowadays?
Nowadays, children read different books according to their interest because there are number of that is variety of books available in the market. So children could pick up the books according to their interest. So I could say that children love to read books that could be a story book, a book that could be related to health also.
Do you think children have lost their interest in studies?
No, I could not say that children have lost their interest in studies because nowadays even teachers also try to use different learning methods, that is teaching methods, in order to teach students so that they could get deeper understanding in every concept. So that is the reason I could not say that children have lost their interest in learning.
So, do children still have interest in stories?
Yes, children still have interest in stories because they love to imagine the stories, they love to learn the stories, that is, learn some life lessons from such stories. So that is the reason children are more interested in learning or reading different storybooks.
Can storybooks be an ideal gift for children?
Yes, I could say that storybook could be an ideal gift for children because it helps to stimulate their cognitive function. It helps them to learn new vocabulary words and imagine the things at the same time. So that is the reason I could say that giving any book to children as a gift is a perfect gift for children.
What can be done to encourage the habit of reading among children?
According to me, parents and teachers play a crucial role in order to encourage children to read different books. They could provide them books according to their interest because children love to read books which are of their interested fields. So that is the reason I could say that in order to encourage children to read different books, parents as well as teachers could provide them books which are of their interesting topic.
How does reading help a child?
Reading helps a child, that is in overall development of a child, because whenever children read different books, it helps to create create an imagination level in their mind, and it also helps to be creative at the same time while reading a book. So overall, it helps to boost the cognitive function of children. So it helps a child to develop their brain, that is overall personality of a children.
How much should a child read every day according to you?
According to me, children should read a book for approximately 20 to 30 minutes in a day.
What sort of books can be suggested to children to read?
According to me, children should be given with books which are of their interested topics, because then only children will read such books very interestingly. So I could say that the books which provide some life lessons to children and which are of their interested topics, such type of books should be provided to children.
What is the difference between the books sold in the past and the books sold nowadays?
In the past, there were very less variety of books in comparison to present time, because nowadays there are number of books available in the market, and in the past the books were not very well developed in comparison to present time, because nowadays the books have become more interesting to read because of different pictures which are published with the content of the books. So I could say that nowadays the books are more interesting and more tempting in comparison to past times.
Who is your favorite celebrity in India?
My favorite celebrity in India is Priyanka Chopra, and she is a famous actor and even a producer also, actress and even a producer also. And I love her because of her acting skill, and I also admire her because she always her movies are always provide some life lessons to the audience. So that is the reason she is my favorite celebrity.
Do you like foreign celebrities?
Yes, I like foreign celebrity, although I do not have enough knowledge about all the foreign celebrities, but some of them I like them.
Would you want to be a celebrity in the future?
No, I do not want to become a celebrity in future, because I believe that in order to become a celebrity, it required a proper talent and proper dedication towards their work to in order to achieve their skill in a proper way. So that is the reason I could not say that I want to become a celebrity in future, because I do not have the talent that is any kind of unique skill to become a celebrity.
Do you think we should respect famous people's privacy?
Yes, we should definitely respect the privacy of famous people, because as we all have our privacy, and we also do not want that anybody could disturb our privacy. So famous people also expect the things from people also. So that is the reason we all should respect the privacy of famous people.
How do celebrities influence their fans in India?
Celebrities influence fans in positive as well as negative way. In positive way, celebrities sometimes just promote the things that are good for people, that influence the people in a positive way, because people also follow such type of things which celebrities do in their daily life. For instance, some celebrities do exercise and promote exercise, that everybody should do exercise on daily basis, which influence your fans in a positive way. But on the other hand, there are some celebrities who sometimes provide wrong information to the people because they are unfamiliar of such topics. So that could influence people in a negative way.
So now, moving to the second part of your speaking test, I would like to give you a cue card. You will be given 1 minute to prepare the answer, and you have to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You do not need to worry about time. I will let you know when it will get over. And if you want to make some notes, you could. The cue card is: describe your first day at school. You should say where it was, what happened, explain how you felt on that day. Okay, you should start speaking now.
Um, my father was in army when I was a child. So after every 4 years, he got posted to different cities, and we also have to move accordingly. So I still remember when my father got posted to Pune city, which is situated in Maharashtra. So at that time, he got my admission in a school, and I still remember the name of that school was Kendra Vidyalaya number 2, and I was 3 years old at that time. And I still remember during my first day of school, I was excited as well as nervous too, because it was my first day at my school. And I did not exactly remember what happened at that time, but my parents told me that I was not crying during my first day at school, unlike other children who were crying at that time. And I was smiling, and they also purchased a new bottle and even a bag 2 days prior to my first day of school. And they also purchased a proper uniform for me, so that I would be in a disciplined way. That is, I would go to school in a disciplined way. And I still remember when I reached my school at that time, my teacher was very friendly, because she knew that all children were very nervous at that time. She was making us feel very comfortable, and I also remember that she was calling every child turn by turn, so that children could introduce themselves to other children. And she also encouraged us to tell our hobbies at that time, so that we could feel more comfortable and the class would be more interesting at the same time. And she recorded that video, and she also sent all the videos to the parents. And I also still have that video with me, and whenever I just see that video, it just helped me to reminisce all the old memories of my first day at school. And I also remember that it was just a lunch break at that time. She also told us to share our food with each other, so that we could make each other more comfortable at that time, and we could also be friendly with each other at the same time, and when we could also learn how to share things with each other. So this was a time that was my first day at school, and I could not exactly remember all the things, but I remember few of the things during my first day at school.
Do you think the first day at school should be made memorable to every child?
Yes, I believe that the first day at school should be made memorable to every child, because it is very precious time for children, and it is a new experience for children at the same time. So that is the reason I believe that it should be made memorable for every child.
Now, moving to the third part of your speaking test, I would like to ask you few more questions which are related to your cue card. So, do you think students should be taken to school by their parents or they should go by themselves?
I believe that children should go to school by themselves, that is, by a school bus or by a transportation which is provided by school, because I believe that it would be a new experience for them, and they will become independent at the same time, because when they go to school with their parents, create a dependency on their parents. So I believe that children should go to school by themselves.
Should children rely on their parents or they should always be independent?
Sometimes children could rely on their parents because it is good to take advice of parents on crucial matters. But on the other hand, I believe that children should be more independent because, like this way, they could learn the skill how to be dependent. It will be helpful for them in future also. So that is the reason. Overall, I could say that sometimes it is important to take advice of parents on different matters, but on the other hand they should learn how to be independent.
How can children become more independent?
Children could become more independent by not relying on others. They could do all their works on their own, and they could take their decisions on their own, and they should learn from their mistakes instead of thinking that it is just a mistake and just avoiding that. So like this way children could be independent and they could learn how to be independent.
What is the effect if parents interfere with children life too much? What is
If
the
parents
effect if
will
parents
interfere,
interfere with children's life too much?
if parents will affect that is all the time just are interesting and all the time are interrupting in children's life, so at that time children will be more dependent on their parents, and the children will not learn any new skill at the same time, and they will not think on their own, that is their creativity level will also reduce at the same time. So I could say that it could cause a negative consequence on children.
Right, so this is the end of your speaking test.